and good morning. We're in the MLD Cricket. We're on Dartmoor. We got here last night. This is the first recording. I met a friend down here, and he's down there with his son, so we kind of got here later in the afternoon, more like early evening, and there was one trail star. I think it's obviously a very popular weekend, so if you own the trail star up the hill, up there, up on the tour, you know who you are. If you're if that's Brat Tour there, then you'll know who you are. Saturday 23rd, it's Sunday the 24th now, and I was gonna take my two friends over there where I got flooded out in the Acto, but luckily the spot here was free. I guess people were avoiding this spot because it's more exposed. I think over there and up this side of Dartmoor is more sheltered. But to be fair, we've actually done pretty well here. It's been fairly sheltered. It's certainly been blustery. It was a very wet night. It was dry when we got here, but you can see the ground here, you know, is saturated. We're not going to move today. We're just going to stay put. So may not be a huge amount of video done. We'll kind of see how it goes, really. But I just wanted to give you an update on the cricket, as this is really my first, you know, camp in it. I've set it up and, you know, got under it, and that's about it on Dartmoor a few weeks ago. But it's worked very well. The ground sheet that comes with it, as you can see, it's saturated in some places underneath, but it's dry on top, so water isn't getting through, and there isn't even really any water under things over here, so that's a bit of a bonus. I don't really have much condensation here, but then we are, you know, we're completely open all the way around. There is, you know, there's quite a gap under there, and even with that gap, actually the rain didn't get in at me, because looking at that, actually, to be fair, that is quite high off the ground compared to, you know, the sidewall here, but it kept us dry, so we were definitely very well protected. We've brought Lizzie, and it's she's just about managing it. It's on the cooler side for her. I've put an extra coat on her, and then I brought the MLD Spirit quilt, and I've got that wrapped around her as well, and she's got other coats. We'll just have a look at the weather and we'll see what it's so it's 16 degrees now. I think the lowest last night was about 14 degrees. Well, 12 degrees 8 o'clock last night, and not for very long, and mostly it was about 14 degrees, so quite mild, really. Stay, Lizzie. Pop outside in a minute, given it's gone 11 o'clock now. We've had breakfast and tea. It's just a one-day thing, 2 nights. You can see Brat Tour just up there. So this is a very close to car. This is an ant. This is an ant trip. We were originally planning on heading over, packing up and heading over to Fairtor today, but the weather and the wind were so strong that we thought, well, we'll just relax and chill out here. Of course, where I pitched here is further up. There were two friends down there, so we're a bit more exposed, and we're in a bit more of a puddle here. I seem to have a big knack of finding puddles to camp in that weren't there when you arrive, and then appear. You think being further up there'd be less chance of puddles and things, but we're certainly being buffeted by this wind, that is for sure. Just if you watch the other video, you know, there's not a huge amount of difference, but there's definitely more puffiness, especially in the, obviously I've got the cover on, but which I didn't need. I just wanted to try it and just see what it was like. But there's a lot more puffiness going on with this than with that mountain equipment. You know, if you remember, if you watch that other video, that mountain equipment, I mean, they're both 10C. I think the difference. That's a lot more puffy. The ground sheet is wafer thin, but you sure as hell can't say that it's leaking. I mean, you know, I'm rubbing this ground sheet and it's dry. There's nothing wet there. No condensation either inside, and it's very wet in, you know, it's the ground is saturated, yet this ground sheet is dry. Well, we still don't have tentacle sync tracky audio yet, so we're still relying on a sponge on the GoPro, which I must admit, for a lot of purposes, seems to work okay. I think I prefer the quality of the tracky but this is definitely a lot less fuss and flaff and flat. So we've just come out for really just a leg stretch, really, because like I said, I'm trying to lose a tiny bit of weight and get a bit of fitness. So just sitting in camp all day, you know, when I can just pop out and stretch the legs, even if it is just for 15-20 minutes, probably isn't the best thing to do. And my friend's still gone down to pub, so while he's down there, I did that video in his tent, and I thought, okay, let's whip up here. I've taken Liz's coat off. I've got it in my pocket, but I kind of like thinking, well, it's cool and it's windy, and when she stops, I'm kind of thinking it's more important than, and I don't unnecessarily want it to get you know, wet out here. So given that I think running around she'll be warm enough, she's so low, she's probably in the she's below wind level. The grass is probably protecting her. I don't think we necessarily have to go all the way to the top there, but we'll kind of see how far we get. I did a little bit of 360 recording, but of course, unfortunately, stupidly, didn't charge it up. So of course it ran out of battery very quickly. So never mind. I think because I don't use it so much, I'm not in the habit of charging it up. But like I said, I think moving forward, I'm probably more likely to use the 360 a bit more than the drone. Oh, now where's Lizzie gone? Keep such a right over the. She jumped over the poop. You can see our shelters, our 3 shelters down there. I have to say the olive cricket on the left, exactly in front of the tree at this angle, it does blend in more than the other two. The other two do stand out a little bit. I think it's either 7 tours or 10 tours or a load of tours or Duke of Edinburgh Day. There's kids, I think, over there. There's kids there. And we've had a procession of children walking past camp all day. Not, you know, not regularly, but every few hours there's been a group of kiddies walking past camp. Like I said, we just wanted a, you know, just a quickie camp. We just wanted a quickie camp down there, really. So we kept it short, sweet and simple. Lassie looking for somewhere to splash. Oh, of course it's going to be wet and boggy this side. We'll just go up here a little bit. I'm not going to go all the way to top, but we'll go. There's more kiddies up there too. It's the kiddies' day out today. What we'll do is we'll go down via where we were going to camp if those people hadn't have been there. We'll see what it's like down there, because maybe, given how damp my pitch got last night, maybe a good job that we didn't pitch there in the end. Ooh, the difference in the wind once you get down here. Please take your rubbish with you. I can probably take that back, I guess. I must admit, I'm not a fan of picking up other people's crap, but for fuck's sake, take your rubbish with you. Although equally, to be fair, it might have blown away given it's empty, but given the state that it's squashed in, it begs the question, doesn't it? Just take your rubbish with you. Alright, so this is where we were going to camp, or down here anyway. I suspect the tents that were here last night have probably gone. They were, like I said, the trail star was gone this morning. I don't know what time that trail star went, but that trail star was long gone. Okay, so our spot's up here, so yeah, they're Lizzie, so they're definitely gone from here. It looks dry enough. So this was the infamous flooded pitch spot. So where did the water come from? I think it came from there, didn't it? It came from under there, and then it came down here. So it looks like one tent was there last night, and then it looks like another one was there. It's a bit breezier here than just up there, but there's loads of spots here. For pitching up on. You know, you can get away from where that water is quite easily down here. There's spots down here. That was a nice little stretch of the old Legaroos. Good to see the old spot without any tents on it. Oh wow, look at Lizzie! Oh. Okay. Alright, well we're nearly back at camp now, so I think it's time to, and to be fair, this whole area here that I'm walking across probably find spots here as well for a tent, but it's I think it's even more exposed than we are down here.